guys, welcome back to Clockwork and Noodles for another breakdown of Spy X Family Core 2 episode number 8. I can't believe we're in the final quarter of the anime. Year has gone so fast. Quite scary because I had to start looking at winter 2023 and I had to start looking at what the season had to offer, and I'm starting to make a list of what I'm watching. We've had a whole year and we're going to shortly be looking at a new year of anime. Can't wait to see what the year has to offer. There are some big titles coming out next year and I'm very excited. 5 episodes left to go now of Spy X Family. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Very shortly you'll be having my end of season review, what I thought of the season as a whole, what my top 3 anime are. How is that going to be different from the midway review, because even looking back at the midway review now, things have changed already for me, so I can't wait to see how far things change. Really good animes this season. It's been very difficult to just place 3 into the top 3. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on all the videos coming your way. Let's get straight to it, because this week's episode was one hell of a fun one, and it did start in the way I thought it would. I love the colour pop that is used for Yor's imagination when we see Anya living the life of an assassin. I love the fact that it's like mini-me. She's even wearing the exact outfit that Yor is wearing. So if you ever want to cosplay Anya as a spy, you can now do so because there is evidence of it. It's hilarious, and I love the vibes that I got from this chunk. It was very film noir. It made me realise that I really do want more darker episodes like this. I'd actually like to see an anime in this type style. So maybe there is one that I need to binge or something. Maybe there's a darker spy anime out there that I need to check out. Yor does give us her feelings and how she feels about her job in answering one of Anya's questions, which is quite nice. She sees it as a service to the country, where I'm cleaning up these traitors to my country. I'm very loyal to my country. And she's very proud that her work is very important. It's similar to being in the army. She takes it very seriously. Like, you never kill somebody who isn't on the list. I love how polite she is when she's killing people. Like, I'm sorry, I must kill you now. She just decides that it's probably best if Anya doesn't come to work with me, as we see Anya covered in blood. Now, Anya asking Lloyd about going with him without even using a single word of English. And what's even more funny is that he actually completely understands her and goes, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll do it. Okay, fine. Used to Anya talking in gobbledygook, translates that to, okay, I want to come to work with you. I am blessed. I get to see Lloyd as a doctor in a lab coat. I love it. Thank you, anime gods. I really appreciate seeing him like this. Nod to Sherlock Holmes as we get Anya wearing her Sherlock outfit and her little deerstalker. A nice little touch of her trying to work out what does it mean to be a doctor. I figured it would be easier for Lloyd to take Anya to the hospital because Strix is backing him. He's got the full backup here. He's been able to work on these people. Lloyd's answer about helping people and the fact that he wants to help the veterans of wars and people who have been troubled by war, it's not too dissimilar to what the real answer really is of why he's a spy and how he wants to help people. He's even said that his mission is to make sure that no kid ever has to cry again because of war, which is, I guess, similar. He doesn't want these beds in the hospital to be taken up by people who've been wounded or hurt by the horrors of war. It's a nice overlay, and we do get to see a lot of spy doctor overlay this episode. Love seeing how serious Anya takes the homework, making notes, really asking the questions. The questions also do feel real. They feel like they're phrased in a way that a school would put them down. I did think the responses Lloyd was given was a little bit textbook, that he mentions that he can't see people's hearts. All the answers seemed very perfect. I'm going to ask you this question and now here's a textbook answer. Oh, we can't see people's hearts. That's why it's so difficult to deal with people. We can't read their minds. Obviously, the smug look on Anya's face as she can read people's minds. That was very funny. The escape passage in Lloyd's room was quite funny as well, because he needs to be on the go, ready to leave whenever it is that he can, but it also means that he must also be smart enough to be a doctor. He's not always working, but these people know him. Iconic part of their workplace. I knew he was smart. Anybody who is a doctor gets my respect, because it's a long time, a lot of study which goes into the profession. Now, leaving a child alone for 10 minutes, you ask for bad things to happen. That secret lever, fair game. But we do get to hear a debate all about seeing ghosts. So these doctors are stating that people are seeing ghosts. They're saying that they're crazy. They're not going to take him seriously. And one guy's all like, oh, but it could be down to this. The leading case is apparently carbon monoxide. If you haven't got a carbon monoxide monitor, get one. Apparently it can cause hallucinations and auditory hallucination. It can make you hear things. It can make you see things. There was a case recently, them trying to say that some of the ghost reports were down to carbon monoxide, especially back in the 1800s, where we don't don't know the dangers of such a thing. Tangent from me, but it was very interesting when we get to see them all talking about ghosts. I love the fact that Anya above them ends up causing a whole room of skeptics to suddenly become believers, and at the end of it they're all like, actually maybe we should take these people a little bit more seriously because they believe they've heard the ghost of a baby. Darker side that there might be a bit of malpractice going on at this hospital. Box of chaos. Even though it is just Anya throwing things in because she's panicking and she hasn't actually had time to do anything, Anya is under a lot of stress, and I think the box of chaos is accurate because she is under a lot of stress to try achieving the mission, world peace, for Lloyd's sake. She is constantly fearing being abandoned, being left behind, being not useful to Lloyd. Even though it's indirect, I think the box of chaos is perfect for Anya because of how much her life really is just a bit chaotic. She knows that her life is a bit of a sham as well because she knows that he's only married Yor for the sake of a mission, and once the mission's over, Anya must be wondering what's going to happen once peace has been achieved. The report itself, it starts all great and it's all off on a good foot. Lloyd is a doctor, he's very appreciative, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly it just goes straight downhill. Bribes, him abusing patients. It couldn't have gone any more worse. I love the fact that the school does actually call him in. Kudos to the school for checking things out. If Lloyd is abusive to patients, is he abusing Anya? Kudos goes to the school for checking up on this type of thing. Throughout this episode, we are seeing that Anya's bad handwriting is saving her in a sense. It's keeping the fact that she knows that Lloyd is a spy secret because he can't even read any of her notes, and the secret code that she writes really badly, Lloyd can't even understand it. This maybe go on a bit more of a weird tangent to the fact that we know Anya is 2 years behind the rest of her classmates. Now, her going into the school must have picked up that Anya's handwriting is bad. I don't know what age you start practicing handwriting. I don't even remember that far back, but I do remember doing like exercises where you do an A over and over again to get the A shape. The school should be picking up on this, and the school should have picked up that Anya's handwriting is bad. It should be something that the school is prioritizing if the student is struggling. It does make me wonder what kind of facilities are in this school, especially one as prestigious as Eden. What about kids who suffer from things like ADHD? Then I did also think we are back in the past. The past technically is the worst. But I am indeed double blessed this week as we get to see Frankie making an appearance. I love Frankie. I think Frankie is fantastic. And his desire for love, he ends up recognizing it as a code. But he even does state that this is actually a very bad code. It's like, what the hell is this? He does eventually crack it, but he ends up like not sleeping or anything. And he ends up being stood up as well. That is so sad. He's the only person who ends up cracking Anya's code. Nobody else actually wants to do it. Nobody else could probably crack it because it is technically from the TV show. She literally lifts it out of a TV show, and I don't think she even changes it or anything. So it just reads, come to the bridge. Maybe we could have Damien go to a different bridge. Who knows? Maybe there's more than one bridge in this town. It was a fun episode. I really enjoyed it. A lot of moments for me to talk about other things, facilities at school, maybe start thinking about medical care as well. I really enjoyed it. Nice little look at the world building going on as well. I think there is a shift in the pace next week as we are introduced to a character who technically arrived in this episode, the white-haired character in the hallway with Lloyd. I think she's coming back next week to play a big role because we do see her at the NTs in the house. Nightfall, she must be another agent. It seems to be a pattern to the spy names in this world. We've got Twilight, we've got Nightfall, we've got Daybreak as well. Absence of light, the coming of light type thing. Can't wait to see where we go, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I hope you're having a great week and weekend. I can't wait to see you next week. I also can't wait to bring you my end of season review to tell you what I think of the season and what I'm watching next season. And I can't wait to show you what anime is coming our way very shortly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again soon. Bye bye.